Hey y'all. So, you know that lead magnet that you've been meaning to create and you just haven't had a chance? Well, I know it can be really overwhelming. So, in this video, I want to talk about 10 elements that your lead magnet should include that you may not have thought about yet. Now, here's my caveat. I am not telling you these things to overwhelm you further. So don't let this list of 10 things be another reason that you don't create your lead magnet. This actually, I think, will help you get an idea in your head about what pieces and parts your lead magnet is going to need in order to really feel like it's packed full of value. So let's talk. Okay, now if you've watched any of my other lead magnet videos, you'll know that I firmly believe that a lead magnet has one job and one job only: to solve one problem. And not a giant, massive problem like world hunger, a little bitty problem like how to grow better tomatoes, right? So, one of the most important things that you can really put into your lead magnet in whatever format or whatever way that you want to deliver it is the solution to a pain point or an issue that your ideal customer is having like right now. Not something that they might have problems with one day, but something that they're really losing sleep about overnight, right? Like they are really tossing and turning about this problem. And if you have a solution that you can provide them and they can get results out of it, that's going to be super duper powerful, right? So, number one, your lead magnet really needs to include the solution to one specific but pretty acute problem that they're experiencing. Number two, and this may seem kind of like a duh, but make sure that you talk about the problem that they're having before you give them the solution. And I do this with an intro page, sort of like a letter, if you will. An intro section in your lead magnet. Now, if this is a printed lead magnet, like a printable out of Canva, you can certainly write that all out. If it's a video, definitely make that part of your introduction to your video, right? Recognizing the problem that they are experiencing and how powerful that problem really is and how much they really could be suffering out of that problem, right? So include the introduction to the problem you're solving, but in that introduction, really acknowledge the problem that they're having and show a lot of empathy. The more that you can say, I totally get it. I have been there, done that, got the t-shirt, right? Do kids still say that anymore? I don't know. Well, I say it. So show them that empathy that you really do understand and you found a solution to that problem and now you're sharing it with them, right? That's going to be super, not only powerful, but meaningful to them because they're going to say, oh, well, if Lindley's found a solution to this problem, then I can hope to find a solution to that problem too. The other things that I would include just after, and you can do this kind of wherever you want to in the actual lead magnet itself, but number 4 is to really talk about, and not in super detail, but give a little bit more about yourself, who you are, what you do, who you serve, how you serve them, and a little bit of your story. Now, not your life story. And we're talking maybe 2 paragraphs, right? So we're not really talking about a huge amount of content, but remember, you may run Facebook ads to this lead magnet that they're going to get, so they may not know anything about you. This is your chance to tell them something about you when they first meet you, so to speak. So include a little bit of a bio, include a little bit more about your story, and you can sort of craft it so that it focuses on that problem that they are experiencing as well. So if, let's say that I'm going to create a lead magnet that's all about how to write a welcome sequence. Hint, I've already created this lead magnet and you can find the link to it down in the description. if I really struggled with writing a welcome sequence, I want to talk about how I struggled, because I'm a writer and I struggled. And if you think you're not a writer, and you're still struggling, maybe that'll make you feel like, oh, okay, it's not just me, right? But I want to, I would, in that intro, whether you put it in the intro or whether you put it, towards the end, it's totally up to you. But really, and part of this is that empathy is really showing them that, you have been there, you have experienced it, and you have conquered the problem. And now you're going to help them conquer it too. So something else that people often forget about, and this kind of goes along with the bio, is including a headshot of themselves and their company logo somewhere in the lead magnet, whether it's, if it's a printable lead magnet, you can have it in the corner. If it's a video type lead magnet, you could have it, on a splash screen or something like that. But especially if you have a printed lead magnet, include your photo, and not a photo of you like, from college playing beer pong or something, but like a professional photo that seems approachable and friendly, right? Because like we said a minute ago, these people may not know you from Adam's House Cats. So the more of that know, like, and trust that you can build in that very first interaction with you, one-sided interaction, I guess, the better. So include your brand logo and include your headshot. Also consider including your social links. And these, you don't have to include every link to every social platform you've ever been on. You could choose your favorite. You could link to something like a link tree or Milkshake, or another link that gives all of that contact information, etc. You could absolutely include a link to schedule a free call with you or apply to work with you, that sort of thing. So it's really like the next step that they can take towards you. Make sure you include that, whatever that is, and it needs to make sense within the context of your lead magnet, right? So I wouldn't want to put out a welcome sequence lead magnet and be like, I can help you write your welcome sequence. Now contact me if you want my help with, how to build a shed in your backyard. Well, that wouldn't make any sense. So make sure that the lead magnet flows into whatever that call to action is going to be. Make sure too that you talk about, and how you do this will be a little different depending on what you do and the way that you deliver your lead magnet, right? The format you deliver it in. But, make sure that you're including a little bit of social proof, a little bit of results that you can share. Some of that may be a little harder to get your hands around because it may be more anecdotal, right? So it may be a little a screenshot of somebody posting, on Facebook how grateful they are that they got your lead magnet about welcome sequences, right? Or something like that. Maybe it's a result. Maybe you can actually say, I did X and these are the results that I saw. My clients did X, and these are the results that they saw, right? You can include that, and how you include that's up to you. You can do it within the text of your intro, right? You can do it in like a little call out in a printed lead magnet, something like that. But make sure you are using that lead magnet and part of in your bio and your story and who you are and the acknowledgement and empathy you have for them to help show that this is not just being done in vain. Like they can actually get a good result from this because other people have and you have as well. And finally, this is something that a lot of people don't think about, but for me, it is super important because I like to be able to just type the URL of my lead magnet opt-in page directly into a Facebook post or an email or something like that, right? So create a URL that is easy for you to share verbally. Now, I don't know about you, but some of my lead magnet opt-in pages are something like https://lsquareddigitalmedia.com/email-ultimate-bundle, right? That doesn't roll trippingly off the tongue, right? But if I say something like, you can just go to lindleyhips.com/email bundle and you'll get everything you need to take advantage of this really cool freebie that I have for you. right? That's a lot easier. So how do you do that? There are a lot of different ways that you can create I tend to call them pretty links too. There is a plugin for WordPress called Pretty Links where you can create a link that is more easily verbally shared, or shared in print, but it's something that you can communicate easily. So you can use something like that. You can do a domain redirect on your domain host for your website. You can use a service like Bitly, or I don't know what some of the other ones are. Bitly's the one I see most, where it'll be something like bit.ly/Lindley's Ultimate Email Marketing Bundle, right? Anything like that. And there are other services that do that kind of thing for you as well. So look into the options that you have, but really having an easy and effective way that you can communicate your lead magnet opt-in to people in different ways is going to have a very positive impact on the number of people who actually go and join your email list and get your lead magnet. So that's one maybe you hadn't thought of, but it really does make a difference. All right, so that's 10 elements that your lead magnet should include. Now is the fun part. If you have lead magnets, go back and take a look and see, do your lead magnets include these 10 things? They probably at least include a couple, right? If you don't have a lead magnet, that's okay. These are the things that you can incorporate into your lead magnet to help increase its perceived value, but also to help them get to know you, get to know, like, and trust you, and take that next step towards you. All right, drop me a comment if you have any other suggestions on what you should include in a lead magnet, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.